Hello everyone, today I have Claudio Romani, the CEO of RSCI, and today we're speaking about understanding the business wants. So welcome to the show, Claudio. I'm so excited to have you.
Hi, Catherine. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, definitely. Could you introduce yourself and tell the audience more about your background?
Sure. So my background is in biomedical engineering. So tons of analytical studies and jobs at the early stage of my career. I've worked for some research centers both in Italy and Canada. Especially, I've been involved in engineering, ICT, and smart grid projects. After a few years, I decided to cover the business. So I started an MBA, spent a couple of years in the UK, where I could learn something really interesting from my experience, such as merger and acquisition, corporate finance, and other strategies to develop organization. After that, in 2018, I decided to follow my family interests. So I am managing the company of the family. It is about technology solutions for internet service providers and large enterprises.
Yeah, that sounds great. And could you tell us a bit about your company, RSCI?
Sure. So RSCI provides network monitoring technologies for internet service providers. The aim is to assure the quality of the service and gain maximum visibility into the user behavior. We help companies to improve digitalization and their customer experience. Some of our capabilities include deep packet inspection, troubleshooting, and real-time classification on both fixed and mobile networks, as well as web. Our main domains cover telecom, so we help operators to design and have an end-to-end supervision of their networks in terms of the quality of services. Another vertical involves contact centers. So we basically record all the interaction between clients and operators in a way to provide insights to the business decision making of the company. Can be really powerful, especially with the real-time acquisition of the data.
Yeah, that sounds great. And could you tell us more about how did you figure out the business wants and the needs? What is kind of your thought process of all of this?
When I first joined Resi, I spent a few weeks to understand technology solutions and how we actually satisfy our customer needs. I worked with my team to improve both technical and managerial skills of the organization, creating a vision where every single employee could be empowered. I've also been working on the perception of what is our organization, since today we live in the social media. So it's really important to be perceived as a credible stakeholder in the industry. As well, I was involved in understanding our clients' needs. Over the last 50 years, customer behaviors have changed a lot. So recently, companies are looking forward to reduce fixed costs as well as OPEX and CAPEX while they're preserving bottom lines. So we help our customers to automate repetitive tasks as well as providing them end-to-end supervision on critical components of their network. Regarding the ICT industry, we expect a growth of investments in both the national and international domain, especially for artificial intelligence and cloud computing technologies.
Yeah, it sounds great. And your company is clearly also using a lot of data science in your company. So could you tell us about some use cases for your business, maybe involving more technology or data science?
Sure. Let me give you a couple of useful use cases. One regards the massive machine-to-machine communication. So let's imagine a manufacturing plant where you have different robots and automation. So for a robot to stop at the right position and grab the item on the shelf and move the item to the production line, you need to monitor KPIs such as latency, delay, and jitter. So it's really important to have an end-to-end supervision on these processes. In this way, you can keep the productivity of the plant at a high standard. Another use case really interesting involved the video streaming, the video consumption, especially with 5G rollout. It's really important to provide to end users and clients a memorable experience while they're using their devices online. So it's important to always to monitor KPIs this way. Another interesting vertical regards the contact center. So companies nowadays need to be contacted anywhere and anytime from their clients. So it is important to record and track all their touch points on Facebook, on their voice calls, on their mailing list, elaborate this information in order to give an holistic and executive vision of what is going on the contact center, what is going on a certain marketing campaign or on a certain products. This way, telecom and large enterprises can reduce their OPEX, optimize their CapEx, increasing their end-to-end supervision on critical network and services.
Yeah, that's great. And I think you had just also mentioned to me offline that this company is also a family business of yours. And so how did you kind of rejuvenate this family business?
Yeah, so you need to make everyone feels like they are part of something wider than is a current task. So having one-to-one meetings every quarter with employees help to boost the alignment on what is going on in the company. It is also important to set occasions where knowledge is shared among different groups. More often than not, developers can perform very highly on their task while they miss on the big picture. So it's really important to build an environment where you can provide the constructive feedback. In this period, especially with COVID, the drawbacks of working from home is there is a lack of creativity. So it's really important for leaders, not only in ICT industry, to inspire their employees in order to foster innovative thinking. I personally think that offices is where the spirit of a company can evolve and thrive. So it's really good to keep a good balance between working from home and the office.
Yeah, I think that's great. And also offline, you had mentioned to me that recently you just came back to a kind of more of a hybrid structure for 50% working in the office, 50% working from home. Do you think you'll be continuing this structure moving forward, or are you going to just be completely working in the office from now on?
Yeah, so since the beginning of the pandemic, we adopted this new policy where we actually move different teams that come from different locations. So we keep the people who actually need to commute working from home, while the people who actually need the equipment can come anytime with safe policies implemented. I think we will continue to work using this balance approach due to the fact that we are a software company, so we don't need to be on site all the time. We can work from different places. And the important things to remember when you work for a software company is to deliver tasks and always support your colleagues, because it's creative and really intellectual challenging jobs. So it is important to coordinate each other in order to gain an advantage in the market and to gain also credibility from the clients.
Yeah, definitely. I completely agree with that. I think the hybrid structure is very optimal as well, being able to work 50% of the time in the office and 50% of the time at home. But yeah, great idea there. And I wanted to go back to just the idea of cloud, and what are your thoughts on the future of it kind of advancing and changing over the next couple of years?
Sure. So cloud native architecture and IoT in general are really important for our business. We will adopt so many solutions in order to design a new technology for our clients. Besides that, it is important to show always an actual indicator of return on investment for our clients and keep their platform safe due to a giant vulnerability that can spread through the cloud. So nowadays, on the cloud, we have both data and application software. It is important to protect them, to keep the data safe, and also to implement policies that can safeguard everyone in the company. With the rollout of 5G, massive machine-to-machine communication also will spread, and we foresee a massive usage of little packages of traffic flowing from a machine to a machine. So the communication between things will actually boost the traffic overall. It is important to track and monitor KPIs such as throughput, such as delayed packages. And this means also the computing capabilities will move from the core of the network to the edge, realizing what is called edge computing.
Yeah, definitely great insight there. I think there's a lot of advancements, especially in this field of technology that we're in right now. So a lot of great advancements to see in the future. And I wanted to say thank you so much, Claudio, for joining me today on this podcast. Where can everyone find you online?
So I have a big presence in LinkedIn, where I share usually research results from our organization as well as news. So please feel free to contact me online on LinkedIn?
Yeah, definitely. And to our audience, for more information on the data standard, you can find us at www.datastandard.io, as well as on our LinkedIn and YouTube channel. Thank you so much, Claudio, for joining us today.
Thank you, Catherine.